Hello everybody and welcome to another Scratch tutorial. This is the final part in our Joystick tutorial, where we will finally get it done. So what we're going to do is add a timer to see how long your player can survive. We're going to add your high score, and we are going to add a cloud high score to know the world's longest. Anyways, I'm just going to start with a regular timer. Thankfully, we already have the timer from the sensing category. Like that. So what I'm going to do is make a new block, set timer, and I'm going to do run without screen refresh. And I'm going to go and set timer right here. So what I'm going to do is make another variable, time, and I'm going to leave it showing. So this is simple. I am going to set time to timer. And as you can see, we really already have a timer in time right there. However, this is too many decimals. I sort of only want one decimal in the back. So what I can do is find the floor of timer. However, this will only give us solid numbers, which in that case we could just do something like wait 1 second and then change by 1. But I want a decimal at the end. So what we want to do is over here, we want to multiply the timer by 10. And then we want to divide this entire algorithm by 10. As you can see, we have a decimal at the end, just like how I want. Now that we've got the timer, I want a system where the player can kill himself, because as of now, nothing happens. And another thing that I want is for zombies to spawn a little less common. So what I'm going to do is pick random 1 to 75. And instead of adding pick random minus 180 to 180 to zombie Y, I sort of want it to be a little bit more limited. So like maybe minus 150 to 150. I don't want to see it that far off. Okay. Now I'm going to make the killing system. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go and make a block, kill player, and I'm going to add a question mark at the end. And I'm going to go and run without screen refresh. And I'm going to put that block at the end of our script. So, for kill player, I am going to repeat the length of zombie speed, and for this I'm actually going to make a new list, distances. And over here I'm going to delete all of distances. Now, I am going to find the distance between, you know what? I'm gonna move the add zombie block up and the joystick one too. I'm actually going to move these even more to the right. Okay. And now I am going to move the render zombies block over here. I'm gonna render zombies over here. So, and now our eye variable will come in handy again. So over here, I am going to set I to 1. And I am going to find the distance between change X and change Y. And item I of zombie X and item I of zombie Y. And now I am going to add the distances. And I am going to change I by 1. So this should add distances. So when the first zombie comes, there we go. Now, as you can see, we can find the distance between the zombies, like that. However, I am actually going to go and round the distance because I don't think those decimals are needed. And there we go, and it's rounded like that. So I'm actually going to move the kill player block down over here. And I'm going to hide the distances list because it is time for our next step. What we want to do is find the smallest number in distances, because we only want to calculate from the smallest number. So for this, we are going to be reusing I again. So I'm going to duplicate this and put it right here. And I am going to get rid of this so that we've got that. So I'm going to move these that way, like that. So now I'm going to make a variable, smallest number. So at the beginning, we want to set the smallest number to something that it would never get to, like 1,000. And one thing that we need to do before I move on is make boundaries for our player. So I'm going to move these more down. And if the change x is greater than 240, then we want to set change x to 240. And I think you understand what we're doing. We're just making some boundaries for our player. So so that when we calculate, the change x doesn't really affect it. I mean, it wouldn't matter at first, but now we're calculating the smallest distance, so it sort of does. Okay, so I'm going to replace these with change y, and I'm going to replace these with change y. Now I'm going to do 180 there, 180 there, minus 180 there, and minus 180 there. Okay, and that creates some boundaries, hopefully. Okay. Wait, hold on, I just kept these there. I don't know why I kept those there. Just gonna take those out. Bring those back up. Anyways, back to finding the smallest number. To do this, I'm gonna make another variable, smallest, and I'm just gonna put .I at the end. So over here, I am going to set smallest .I to item I of distances. Now I am going to do if smallest dot I is less than smallest number, then set smallest number to smallest dot I. And hopefully this should find the smallest number. So right now it's 1,000. However, right now it's showing the distance. However, it should, yep, I believe that it is. It is now displaying the smallest number for the one that we're closest to. Right now it should be this zombie that I'm on top of. Now it's 0 because the zombie is on top of me. So the smallest number seems to be working just how I want it to. So now I'm going to hide these two variables. Oh my. I forgot to move the direction. I forgot about the direction. Okay, so now I am going to make another variable, player size. Let's see, where is it? So in the reset, I am going to set hold on, for some reason I have these end and start variables. I don't know where that came from. So I'm going to, did I use those? Variable. I don't recall using those. Well, it's going to ask us to delete some uses. Yeah, I don't know where those came from. Do we have an, yeah, we have N2. So I'm going to delete those. Now I am going to set the player size to 24, like that. And I'm going to set the pen size to player size. And now for the stop all. If smallest number is less than player size, then I'm going to stop everything. And hopefully this should work. So when I hit the zombie, it goes away like that. However, it waits a bit. So what I'm going to do is actually do I'm actually going to do player size times 2. I'm not really sure why that's there, but it is. Here's our first zombie. Oh, 2 zombies. So when I hit... Okay, that's clearly not what we want. So maybe what we want seems like we want to multiply it by 1.5. Thankfully, 1 came immediately. There we go. Now when we touch a zombie, the game stops and we have our time. Just like that. Yep. That's exactly what we want. Now another thing for what I want is to add zombie collisions. Will this make it? Yeah, see, we have some zombie issues because they can go inside each other. And to be honest, that isn't really so realistic. So, I haven't named my project yet for some reason. Just gonna go and Joystick game. I may do updates. V1.0. Okay. So far we have exactly 444 blocks, which is funny, but right now I want to do collisions. So what I am going to do hang on a sec. So guys, I think I may have found a way to get the collisions working. So, one thing that I am going to do though, before we get started, is remove the find distance from the forever loop and put it over here in the joystick. Hopefully everything should be the same with that change. Okay. So we can move around like that. Our first 2 guests. Thank you for coming. Yep, everything seems to work the same. So this is one of the hardest parts, getting collisions for the zombies. And I may have a method. So I am going to go and make a block called Collide Zombies. Looks like I misspelled collide. What did I mean? Okay, guess that's what I meant. Okay, so I'm gonna do run without screen refresh. And I'm gonna go and put the collide zombies block after the initialize zombie. So the first thing that we want to do is figure out the distance between each zombie. But remember, we need to find the distance for each individual zombie, which means that we need to multiply some values. And also, never mind, I'm just gonna start with this. So, for this, I'm gonna go and make a new list, zombie distances. There we go. I am going to delete all of zombie distances. Okay. So I am going to go and repeat. I'm going to drag out a multiplier here. And now I'm going to drag out a -1. And a -1 because we still want to do multiplied by 0. Because we don't already want to have a zombie collide for the first zombie. And when there are 2 zombies, we would only want to measure 2 distances. I mean, one. So anyways, I am going to do length of zombie speed. I'm going to add that right there. I'm going to duplicate it and add it right there. Now I am going to go and put a collide. I'm going to go and put the collide zombies block right over here. Now at the beginning of collide zombies over here, I am going to set I to 1. Okay. So I am I'm going to drag another repeat loop in here. And I am going to repeat the length of zombie speed. I'm going to find the distance where actually we'd want to do length of zombie speed -1. My bad. So we want to find the distance between item I of zombie X and item I of zombie Y and item I plus 1 of zombie X. And I'm gonna put that over there. And then item I plus 1 of zombie Y. And now I am going to add the distance to zombie distances. Okay. So now over here, I'm gonna go and change I by 1. So let's see if finding the zombie distances work. I'm like really scared. So the first zombie has no effect. Those two do, thankfully. And then when we have 4, we have 27. Okay. This is not working well. Most of them are actually 0. So I am going to pause and track down the problem. So I think I have tracked down the problem. And I did do 2 things while I paused the video. One, I deleted the second repeat loop that was surrounding our stuff. And 2, instead of adding distance, I added round distance. Okay. But anyways, what I want to do now is make another counter variable. And I'm just going to name it n. And I am going to drag out a repeat loop. And I am going to get this out like that. And I am going to delete the times. Put this over here. I'm going to find the distance right here. So wait a sec, we actually may not need the n variable that I made. Yeah, actually we will. So I am going to change I by 1. So now over here, I'm going to set n to 1. Now over here, I'm going to change n by 1. And over here, I'm going to set n to 1. Okay. So um so I am having a little bit of trouble thinking on what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the video again to think this through a bit. So I may have a method to this. So instead of setting n to 1, I'm going to set n to I. And over here, I'm going to set n to n mod the length of zombie speed minus 1. And instead of doing I for all of these, I am going to replace the i's with n's. Like that. Okay, so let's try this. And there we go. Wait, hold on. 82, 61, 69, 148. 82, 61, 69. 61, 60. And then 16. Instead of doing length of zombie speed minus 1, I'm just gonna do length of zombie speed. So far, it is working how I want it to. And it looks like our zombie distances is finally working. Trust me, I was not having an easy time trying to get this code to work. Anyways, the next thing that you want to do is, as well imagine, find the smallest distance, which also may be a pain. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So anyways, now I'm gonna have to find the smallest distance between them, and I am going to have to use both the variables I and n again. How exciting! Okay. So I am going to reset the variable I, and I am going to reset the variable n to be 1 each. Okay. And now I am going to go and drag out this repeat loop like that. And I so I Actually, I'm going to repeat the length of zombie speed. I am sorry about that. But and I am actually only going to do this entire code if the length of zombie speed is greater than 0. So anyways, back down here in repeat length of zombie speed, I am going to set smallest dot I to item n of zombie distances. And you know what? We actually, wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on with this. And I'm gonna drag in another repeat loop, and I'm going to repeat this, the length of zombie speed. Okay. So actually we only need this one, okay. So, and oh right. Just like last time, earlier in this episode, we want to set the smallest number to a high number that it will never reach, like 1,000. Like that. Now, if the if smallest.I is less than the smallest number, then I am going to set the smallest number to smallest.I. And I'm gonna go and repeat this, the length of zombie speed. Over here, I'm gonna change n by 1. And over here, I'm going to change I by 1. And we're basically doing what we did last time. Actually, I caught one little error. We are actually supposed to turn these around. And now I think we could get the -1 back. So, yeah. So now I am going to set the n to I. And now in the change n by 1, I am going to set n to n mod the length of zombie speed. Like that. And now, just like before, I'm going to drag an if if the smallest number is less than multiplied by 1.5, if the smallest number is less than player size times 1.5, then I'm going to go all the way back here and duplicate these replace items. So we're going to have to bring them all the way back here. And I'm going to put those in there. Okay. And we want them to move back. So I'm going to multiply these by -1. So I'm going to go and put a -1 in each of these. Now, hopefully, this should be a good zombie collision. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, I was about to say hopefully the other zombie doesn't spawn on the other side. But I got another 2 over there. Maybe I tied. Okay, let me try that again. Okay. Where are the zombies? Up there. Okay. So if you want to try to have them collide, my player isn't moving right. What is wrong? My player is not moving right anymore. Let's see if I did something wrong. Oh, I don't know why that was there. For some reason, I put a set change x to 0. Okay, no wonder. Okay, let's try this again. There we go, we can move right now. So I'm gonna, 3 zombies. Let's try getting these to collide. Oh crap. Oh no. Okay. The other side. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just not that good at this joystick game, I guess. Ugh. Oh no, zombies can still go inside each other. Let's see. Is that the same as the one before? Yes, that is. Okay. Maybe let's try doing it without the eye. So I am going to try doing this without eye. And let's see how that goes. Okay. Okay, that's unlucky. I'm waiting for two of them to spawn on the same side. A zombie isn't moving. This is bad. Okay, some zombies are not moving for some reason. But that time I actually did get two zombies on the same side. Ah! Some zombies aren't moving. The first zombie never moves. What is wrong? Ah, there we go. The first zombie is moving. And they can still go inside each other. Why do some zombies take pauses? And of zombie distance. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait a second. We're not even checking for which item over here. No wonder. So I'm gonna go and drag out the set eye to 1 over here. And I'm gonna change eye and I'm gonna drag a repeat loop over here. I'm going to change eye by 1 over here. Get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of that. And I'm going to repeat the length of zombie speed. And hopefully this should do it. So let's see if that adds zombie collision. I don't know how I forgot that. Okay, that zombie doesn't start moving. Now they're starting to move. Okay. Zombies can still collide? How is the... Oh, it wasn't at the edge. Okay. Okay. So... I can't seem to figure out the problem. I really can't. Well, it's that time again. I know I keep saying it's the final part of this tutorial every now and then, But I really cannot seem to figure out what the problem is here. So I guess I'm just going to quit this episode and figure out the problem. And like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.